Right, it's bitterly cold outside at the moment, and I wouldn't be surprised if a few of you aren't paddling and getting really cold hands. I certainly am, dipping my hands in ice cold water, and then those bracing winds really cools them down. So we thought we'd look at some options to help keep your hands warmer whilst you're paddling. So first up, we've got the neoprene glove. These are great. Once your hand's inside, you're fully protected from the elements. You also have protection on the palm of the glove from any rubbing on the paddle shaft. You'll find some grip on the palm of the glove that stops you sliding around on the paddle or potentially even dropping it. Now, if you're used to paddling without gloves and you like that skin-on contact with the paddle shaft, then an open palm mitt might be better for you. Open palm mitts are exactly as described. They're a mitten with the palm cut out of them. This means when your hand's inside and you grab the paddle shaft, you've got skin on contact with the palm of your hand and the paddle shaft, but they still protect the ends of your fingers and your thumb and then seal around your wrist. Some people do think that open palm mitts might be a little bit cold just because you've got that cut out in the middle and water can get into the glove. But we find that once your hand's wrapped around the paddle shaft, the outside of your hand's fully protected from the elements and you do heat up really nicely. Another good advantage to these is with some of the open palm mitts, you can actually release the fingers, fold that back and get your hands totally out of the way. So whether you've overheated or you need to use your fingers for tying ropes, getting into boats, taking photographs, anything like that, then they allow you to do that as well. Last but not least, we've got the pogie. So pogie is designed basically to allow your hand to grip the paddle shaft, and then it goes over your hands and the paddle shaft, protecting you from the elements but allowing you to have that natural skin-on contact with the paddle. Pogies come in different styles. We've got whitewater pogies, we've got touring pogies, we also have marathon pogies. Main differences being that whitewater pogies tend to be made out of neoprene. They have a slightly shorter wrist to them with a little bit of a cuff that just prevents water from shooting in and filling the pogie up. The neoprene also acts to give extra warmth when it's a little bit wet. Your touring pogies tend to be made out of a more waterproof material just to stop the splashes from getting your hands wet, and then inside you've got a really nice fleecy liner that just protects your hands and keeps them nice and warm. You'll usually find a slightly longer wrist to the touring ones just to come further up your arm and prevent water from getting inside the pogie. Then you've got the marathon pogie, which tends to have quite a short wrist, which is usually kept open with either some kind of metal or plastic ring, so they're really easy to get in and out of. So that just means if you're racing and you're doing any portages, you can drop your paddle and pick your paddle up again really easily. I guess the only downside to pogies is they can be a little bit fiddly once you've got one hand in, trying to get the second hand in. But once you've got them on, they are super warm. So that's it really. 3 good options for you to keep your hands warm in the winter. The glove, the open palm mitt, and the pogie.